I am going to put the keel shield on my boat today, but I'm doing it different this time. It's actually going to be on my Crestliner, this boat right here. It's an aluminum boat. A lot of people ask, can you put a keel shield here? Here it is. Keel protector. If you don't know what a keel shield is, it's basically I can put my boat on the bank and keep it from being all scratched up and getting jagged paint like I've already messed it up a little bit. But I want to kind of protect it from getting further damage, especially on an aluminum boat, because if you wear the keel out too much, you're going to basically wear a hole in the boat. So this will protect that, and it keeps the paint from getting all scratched up. It's an easy install. It doesn't take that long, about 45 minutes to an hour, I would say. But the most important part is the prep work. There's really only a few things you need to get this started. Good old paint. Oh God, I'm throwing them at the camera. I'm throwing the paper towels at the camera. It's paper towels, that's all you need. Isopropyl alcohol. Everything else that you need is gonna come in the kit that you get with the keel shield. What I always like to do is set my keel shield out in the sun and let it kind of, let it marinate. I just like to let it marinate a little bit. So it's been sitting out in the sun, so it's good, soft, and pliable, because we're gonna have to make this bend around the rib, that mid rib, on the Crestliner, and it just makes it easier to work with because it's rolled up in the packaging. So once you let it out in the sun, it'll lay out nice and flat. So it's important to install the keel shield above the waterline. So keel shield is supposed to be 6 to 9 inches above the resting waterline. So what that means is wherever your boat sets, when you're fishing, you want it 6 to 9 inches above wherever that water line is. If your boat's like mine and it's dirty, you'll see a little mark that goes right around there that'll tell you exactly where it is. But wherever that is, if that mark's right here, you want to take 6 to 9 inches above there, and that's where you want your keel shield to start. And how you're going to clean this, you'll know you've cleaned it enough when you take a paper towel and you go down the midrib, and the paper towel is clean. When you make a wipe, sort of like when you use the bathroom. You wipe it down and you still get a little mustard. You still get a little mustard back there. You ain't finished. You ain't clean. As to get, we're gonna mask off that area because there's gonna be some products that we've got to apply. We're getting pretty close to getting it clean now. I'm gonna make one more finishing wipe. We should be good. Let's see if that's really good or not. One more time. Get first. I am cleaning the water line on this particular boat was about right in here. This doesn't have to be an exact science. You don't have to pull out a measuring tape just to see 6 to 9 inches above your water line. Just make sure you got it, that much above your water line. So my water line was right in here. I'm just going to bring my keel shield to about right here. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a mark there on both sides, right where I want the keel shield to stop. All right. So what I'll do is I'll mock it up because we're going to have to apply some other products to the keel. There's exactly, I think, 13 splines. Let's count them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 splines. So what does that mean? The middle is the what? 7th spline. So you're going to count 7, and that's going to be the middle one. That's going to help you line up your keel perfectly. And what I'll do, it helps if you got like a helping hand here, but you can do it with, you can do it by yourself. Like I said, I'm actually not using painter's tape because I found that painter's tape ends up making me say a lot of bad words because it falls down too much afterwards. What I'll do is I take Gorilla Tape, put it on both sides of the keel shield, and I'm just gonna mock this thing up. So you can take painter's tape. What I've found is that painter's tape is a lot of times not strong enough, so I actually got like Gorilla Tape to prep the right area. Tape in about 4 spots. Depends, believe it or not, depends on the temperature, how hot it is, and how pliable your kill shield is. The next step is, what I'm going to do is I'm actually just tracing. I'm going to press the kill shield up against my kill. I'm actually just going to trace out with a crayon. This is actually my kid's crayon here. Just going to trace out right exactly where the kill shield is. And this is the area that we're going to scuff. This is the area that we're going to put our adhesive on, so we don't use excess material, and so that we don't prep something that we don't actually need. They give you a little Scotch pad inside the package in here, the kill shield. Give you a couple of things. You get a Scotch pad, you get a couple packets of the activator. This is what's actually going to make the kill shield stick to the bottom of the boat. And you get a squeegee. I don't know if they call it a squeegee, but this is what we're going to use to make sure it presses and adheres really well to the hull. And the Scotch pad is what we're going to use to knock down the paint and give it a little bit of scuff up the paint, so we got something good tacky. Scuff up the area. And it's actually pretty easy on an aluminum boat because you have a really defined midrib here. On a glass boat, it becomes a little bit more important to make sure you mask off the area that you don't want to get activator and stuff on. I think we'll be okay with this one. Just color inside the lines. Just keep the Scotch pad inside the lines. You'll be fine. Once I finish this, I'll go back with the, once I scuff it up, I'll go back with the alcohol one more time. Isopropyl. That's a hard word to say. Isopropyl. Isopropyl alcohol. Scuffed up the bottom, of course, we got a little residue from scuffing up the paint and everything, so we need to get that off again. So we'll come back with the alcohol once again, maybe even twice again, or 3 times again, to get all of that film off. And the reason you want to use alcohol instead of acetone or any type of other cleaner, you don't want to use Windex, you don't want to use anything else but isopropyl. Any other chemical will leave a film that will cause that won't let the protector or the adhesive adhere to the boat really well. So here's the next step. We're going to take, this is activator wipes. What comes in like a little package like this. We're going to tear these open. It actually helps to use like a pair of latex gloves for these. I probably should try to find something here, because this is what we're going to actually wipe this in the area that we put the crayon around and that we just scuffed up. We're going to apply the activator. This is what's going to make the adhesive on the kill shield glue to the bottom of the boat. Now it kind of starts to get really important to make sure everything's clean, and you start to take your time. I'm just going to lay that wipe right on the edge of that crayon mark. I'm just going to put a light layer. On this boat, it's going to be a little different than my glass boat. You're going to have to do like basically a layer here on the hull, a layer on this side of the midrib, that side of the midrib, and then on the hull again. So you're going to have about 4 strips of adhesive. And I got to make sure I get it in between that crack too. There's a crack in between, not really a crack, but a little crevice, which I guess is the same thing as a crack, in between the midrib and the actual hull. We're actually going to put on the thing that we've been talking about the whole time. Just going to get it prepped. All you do, everything that you just worked for, all the work you just put in, you're going to see that the backing on the kill shield is in 3 sections. You got 1, 2, 3. You want to start in the center. So what you want to do, what I like to do, is actually just peel it back as I go. So I'm going to get the kill shield kind of in place. And I'm just going to start at the top. And you only want to peel the middle first. And I only peel back, 3 or 4 foot sections at a time. That way I don't have to worry about dirt getting in the adhesive that's on the back of it where I don't want it to, and I don't have to worry about sticking it to something before I'm ready for it to stick, because this stuff is real tacky. Once it touches the boat, it's over. So make sure you line it up right. Once you put that adhesive on there and you place it in place, when it touches, it's there. It's good to go. So I'm gonna start to get this lined up. You only got one time to line it up right, and it's got to be lined up perfect. So I'm gonna get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th spline is the center spline. Line it right up on the midrib. I got it lined up with the area that I want it to stop on. And I'm just gonna line it up the best I can, 3 or 4 foot at a time, and you'll see how tacky it is. Okay. Alright, got pressure setting up against it. One thing you can do once it's all done is you can take a heat gun and make sure everything is as nice and tacky as well. But with it being as warm as it is in the summertime, usually you're okay. Alright, let's go back up to the top again. I'm gonna start peeling back right here. I'll do the same thing. I'll peel back 3 or 4 foot at a time. That's probably a lot more than 3 or 4 foot. But on an aluminum boat, this is where it gets a little bit different. You want to put your squeegee in the middle of these splines and make sure you get really good, get that keel shield to stick right in the, make sure you get it to stick in the little crevice between the midrib and the spline. A little bit at a time. Oh yes, baby, you are buttoned up nice. Look at it, how much it looks. You like that? Yeah, me too. What you doing, Brooks? You okay up there? Sound like you're doing a lot more than you should be. One thing I like about the keel shield over other keel protectors, you see these ribs. At first I always thought these ribs were just kind of for looks, maybe for protection. But what it really helps with, and maybe they did design it for that, but I'm gonna tell you my personal perspective. Not a corporate BS bull line, like sales pitch here. Those little ribs are perfect for install. It does 2 things. It lets you put the squeegee in between there, and you get extra contact from keel to material, because you can push this in the middle of the splines and it guides you. Brooks, you all right up there? Okay, but the material helps guide your squeegee along the material, and you get good contact. The other thing it does is it makes the keel protector itself really pliable, so it'll bend around. If you look on this keel protector, my midrib, I mean, that's a 1/2 inch vertical 90-degree angle that is coming off the keel. So that's really hard. If that material was just solid like that with no ribs in it, it wouldn't mold around the midrib that well. But the fact that it's molded the way it is, it makes it really easy to mold the product around the boat, no matter what kind of boat it is. It could be a jet ski. You what? I see light. You see light. Yeah, you do see the light. We'll do the same thing on this side. We'll peel back the adhesive backing 3 or 4 foot at a time. Press and play. I like to press from the keel up, where you get a good stretch. The keel up. Okay. You take your squeegee. Just make sure on an aluminum boat, it's really important that you get this little That little area right there. It's the second spline out on a crest liner. On this particular crest liner, 189. But you want to go from the keel back out. Oh yes. What a protected keel this is going to be. Wow. I've never seen a keel protector put on this good before. They might call me on this one and be like, Mr. Latimer, we would like for you to install all our keel protectors. You call me Mr. Keel Shield install after this. I think I did this one better than what I did my glass boat. I actually like, this seems like a little easier install. I thought it was going to be harder because the midrib it actually makes it, the really extreme midrib actually makes it a little easier to install because where you need to be with the keel protector is a little more obvious. That, folks, is almost a complete install. It's that simple. I'm ready to get rid of it. I've never had one where I always park my boat on the bank because I'd much rather have a scratch on the bottom than I would on the side where everybody can see it. I always park my boat on the bank, and if you're gonna park it on the bank, always park it on the ramps. I pull my boat right up to a concrete boat ramp, put the power poles down. I don't even think twice about it because I know I got hull protection. One last step. This is strictly for aesthetics. The little crayon marker that we have around the edge, I'm gonna clean that up because I like how good that red and black look right beside each other. And I'm just gonna clean that up so it looks real nice and finished. Come on, Gator Guards, give me a call. Let me be your professional keel shield installer. I'm ready. I have my license. I have my license. I am certified. I'm a certified. Can you leave all that alone for me?